Big night last night for Nolan Arenado in Game 1 of the series. He hits home run number 34 of the year and helps the Rockies to a 6-run attack, beating the Padres in Game 1 6-1. He is back in the lineup again tonight for the Rockies. And this season against the Padres, .404 with 6 home runs and 16 runs batted in. He has been outstanding. On the other side for the Padres, Carlos Asuaje. He's been heated up for San Diego in the last 8 games and on this road trip, hitting at .308 as he comes into tonight's action again at second base for the Padres. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, tonight the Padres will have Wil Myers back in the lineup, of course, especially here at Coors Field. Last night, able to get his 28th home run of the year, and again, his 3rd this season against the Rockies at Coors Field.
And he's smelling 30. That would be a nice round number. We talk about home runs for Wil Myers, home as opposed to road. How about this little nugget? Yes, you're reading this right. 20 of the 28 home runs have come on the road. Now, is there an explanation? Maybe. You know, a lot of home runs for Wil Myers. He likes to pull the ball, right? Left center field, right center field, opposite field power. Maybe at Petco Park, the right center, left center field, you know, the ball doesn't travel as well. Down the lines, it'll get out. But on the road, Wil Myers, if he squares up, he is strong. Dodger Stadium, Coors Field, it doesn't matter. Chase Field, he's got some serious power. And maybe those numbers will even out, but still, 28 home runs is 28 home runs.
Well, last night, Charlie Blackmon was not leading off for the Rockies. He is back in the lineup tonight, and he's part of the MVP candidacy in the National League.
Threat all the way around. He's not your prototypical leadoff guy where he's going to spray the ball all over the place and he's going to steal 50 bases. No, he's got pop. He can hit for average, runs, total bases. The one thing that I see about Charlie Blackmon, Don, he never, ever, ever gives away an at-bat. The intensity level for Charlie Blackmon is if it's tied 2-2 in the ninth or they're getting blown out 12-2 in the ninth. Charlie Blackmon never gives away an at-bat. He's such a pro. That's why he's so good.
Beautiful night tonight in Denver, Colorado as we get ready for the middle game of the 3-game series. Coming up, facing old friends, former Rocky Jordan Lyles gets ready to face his former team for the first time after 4 years in a Rockies uniform. We'll hear from him next from Coors Field. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the pets go. And by the all-new Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Padres and Rockies from Coors Field, Game 2 of the series. Before we get it started, let's send it down to Michelle Margot.
Thanks, Don. Well, Jordan Lyles spent 4 years as a Colorado Rocky, and tonight he will face his former team for the first time since being designated for assignment just over a month ago. So we asked him what it's going to be like pitching again here at Coors.
It'll be fun to see the guys across the other sideline since I shared the same clubhouse with them for the past 4 seasons. But overall, just excited. Looking forward to it, and just looking forward to competing. Knowing the guys as well as I do, especially hitters, watching them, watching so many at bats over the past few seasons, that I think that'll help me a little bit, and just try to take that game plan into the game and use what I know to my strength, and just attack those guys.
And when we come back, Jordan Lyles faces Tyler Anderson and his former team, the Colorado Rockies. First pitch from Coors Field as the Padres look to contain Nolan Arenado. Next.
Now back in Colorado, as taking the field is Tyler Anderson, and the Colorado Rockies tonight for Game 2 of the series. As the Rockies won last night 6-1, Padres trying to bounce back here tonight on a beautiful night in Denver. Time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 69 degrees, northeast breeze at 7 miles per hour, and the forecast partly cloudy for the remainder of the night. Right now some sunshine. Lights are on here though at Coors Field. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, Michelle Margot with you from Coors Field in Denver. Padres road trip continuing, and the Padres wearing their alternate blue jerseys tonight as we check out the Padres starting 9, brought to you by Toyota. Manuel Margot, the top of the order, and in center field with Carlos Asuaje at second base. Will Myers at first base, back in the 3 spot for the Padres. Jabari Blash in the cleanup spot for the first time. Eric Ibar at shortstop with Matt Caesar in left field. Corey Spangenberg at third base. Austin Hedges does the catching and bats 8th. And the pitcher Jordan Lyles out of the 9 spot. Tyler Anderson on the mound tonight for the Rockies.
Makes his first start since June 25th. He's taken the place in the rotation of Kyle Freeland. What's his strength? Well, he gets hitters to chase the changeup. That's probably much as number one secondary pitch. He throws a lot of cutters and fastballs as well. Ineffective with that fastball. They're hitting at a 333 clip. And then the rest of his arsenal and the velocity of those pitches.
Let's check out the team defensively behind him from left to right in the outfield. Gerardo Parra in left. Charlie Blackmon in center. Carlos Gonzalez in right. Nolan Arenado at third base with Trevor Story at short. DJ LeMahieu at second. Ian Desmond at first. And Jonathan Lucroy doing the catching for Anderson. Well, Blackmon, who had last night off, back in there for Bud Black tonight. Tyler Anderson ready to work. Couple of different stints for him on the DL this year.
It's a great opportunity for the left-hander. They need starting pitching. We talked about that yesterday, how they've struggled.
Manuel Margot taking strike one. We are underway. 265, 13 homers, and 38 runs batted in. Tyler Anderson 4-5 coming in with a 5.75 earned run average. 15th overall appearance, 13th start for the left-hander.
With a quick pitch from Anderson.
Does that from time to time.
Yeah, and it looks like that knee's feeling A-okay. That's what he had the problem with, the left knee. That's his push-off leg. He's got a herky-jerky delivery. He doesn't throw that hard, about 93-ish, maybe 92.
Popped up around second base. DJ LeMahieu, second baseman, calling and catching out number one.
Well, Anderson did kind of have a tune-up. It was a relief appearance, his last outing, 4+ innings. So with that said, he's on somewhat of a pitch count tonight, maybe 50 to 70 pitches, depending on how well he does and how deep he can go, how efficient he is with those offerings.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that outing went very well. 4 scoreless innings of relief, giving up only 1 hit, 4 strikeouts along the way during that outing. 1 down here in the first, and it brings up Carlos Suaje. Padres second baseman, 278 coming in. 4 homers, 19 runs batted in. On the ground, right side, ranging is LeMahieu from the outfield grass. He spins and throws out Suaje. Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Will Myers, we talked about the power. How about at Coors Field? 3 home runs at Coors Field. He goes over the fence in the bullpen. He pulls this one to left field. And this one, he's covered the gaps. Why not go more towards center field? And Will Myers, he loves sitting here at Coors Field and hitting 3 home runs this year.
2 down here in the first inning, and it brings up Will Myers, who did all that at Coors Field.
Yeah.
Now he lines one, picked on the backhand by Arenado. Throws across the diamond in time to get Myers. And the Padres are down in order in the first inning. Well, Arenado last night made an error. Very unusual. Back to being the superb third baseman that he is. The Rockies are coming up. In Colorado, Padres don't score in the top of the first inning. Rockies are coming up, and their lineup is brought to you by Hyundai. Now, Bud Black has Charlie Blackmon back in the lineup again tonight. And in center field, leading it off with DJ LeMahieu at second base. Carlos Gonzalez in right field with Nolan Arenado at third base. Gerardo Parra in left with Trevor Story at shortstop. Ian Desmond at first base with Jonathan Lucroy doing the catching. And Tyler Anderson, the pitcher, out of the 9th spot. On the mound for the Padres, returning here to Coors Field, former Rocky Jordan Lyles.
Very familiar with the mound here at Coors Field. 56 games, and what's his strength? The effective curveball, got to keep it down here. And the fastball, 301, the opponents are hitting. That boils down to location. Poor location. If you're hitting 301 off that pitch, got to work the corners in and out, maybe elevate by design with 2 strikes.
Aimed there by Hedges, looked like a pretty good pitch. Now Charlie Blackmon back in the lineup, had last night off. And the Rockies still able to win 6-1. Hits it on the ground right to Iswahe. One down here at the bottom of the first inning. Let's check out the Padres defensively, brought to you by Lincoln. Left to right in the outfield, Matt Caesar getting a start in left field. Manuel Margot in center with Jabari Blash in right. Of course, Spangenberg at third with Eric Ibar at shortstop. Carlos Iswahe at second with Will Myers at first. And Austin Hedges doing the catching for Jordan Lyles.
Oh, if Jordan Lyles can do that all night on a consistent basis, keep the ball on the ground, he should be good to go.
One down for DJ LeMahieu, reigning batting champion from a year ago in the National League. This year hitting well again at .314. Took a hack at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Two-time All-Star, hitting at .314 with 8 homers, 63 runs batted in. Down on the count, 1-2. Last night, part of the offensive attack, he tripled to drive in 2 runs. Part of a 4-run inning for the Rockies, kind of opened things up on a ball that got over the head in right field of Jabari Blash. And LeMahieu into third base with that triple easily standing.
And they are into the LeMahieu shift in the outfield.
As dramatic a shift as you will see.
Yeah, and look at Jabari Blash and right. See how much closer he is to the wall there than last night?
How about Caesar? He's almost in center field.
There's Matt over in left center field, yeah. And
he
then Manuel Margot. So you got center field all open up that way. Sorry, Andy.
There's like a football field.
Yeah.
To the left. In left field. I mean, it is. If he hits it down the line in left field, he may have an inside the park home run.
Yeah, that is a long run for Matt Caesar.
If I see that, I mean, I think I'm trying to pull here.
It just goes to show you how, I mean, guys stick to their strengths, right? They are stubborn in a certain way. And here's the area you're talking about, Don.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's an $8 Uber ride for Matt Caesar.
2-2 is headed to center. And heading over is Caesar back to the warning track to make the catch. So he has to go from his spot in left center all the way to straightaway center and back to the 415 marker to make that catch.
LeMahieu almost beat the outfield shift. On contact, his first move, he's got a bead on it, the track, and then hauls it in nicely. That is a long run. That's a really good play by Matt Caesar.
So 2 down here in the first inning brings up Carlos Gonzalez. That was quite a poke.
It sure was.
But fortunately, 415 feet to straightaway center field. Carlos Gonzalez started slowly this year, but has really finished up the season very well. They shift on him in the infield. Iswahe ducking back to short right field, and Corey Spangenberg, third baseman, coming to the right side of the infield. Now Hervis Solarte off tonight to begin the ball game. Gargo hitting at .251. 12 homers, 52 runs batted in. High strike call. Miles at 94-95 so far tonight. Lined into right center field for a base hit. Margot over to cut it off as Gonzalez will pull it up. Throw into second base, and it's a 2-out single for Carlos Gonzalez.
Talk about location. Is this missed location? Well, he wanted it up. It looked like Austin Hedges was set up the target, but it just caught the inside part of the plate. And with the way Gonzalez has been swinging the bat lately, I'll tell you what, early in the year we saw some bad hacks from Gonzalez against the Padres pitchers. That was a good one there.
So a 2-out base hit, and it brings up Nolan Arenado. Last night getting his 34th home run of the year. Gonzalez with a good sized lead at first, and there's strike one. Starts him off with a fastball.
Now there will be times when he will chase. You know, up to 2 strikes. You throw that slider, you throw that fastball up in the zone, he will offer at it.
Center field sending Margot back. He'll have room, and he'll make the catch on the edge of the warning track. Well, the Rockies leave a base runner scoreless after 1. Top of the second inning. Time now to take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
All right, well, game 2, they lost last night to Padres by a score of 6-1. Rough up Anderson early. He's on a pitch count, and hopefully the Padres can get multiple base runners, put up some crooked numbers, and get out for Myers. We talked about how much Will Myers loves hitting here. We've had 1-2-3 first inning for Anderson. Maybe next time around.
We had a quick and easy first inning through 7 pitches in the first inning. Gonna pop out 2 groundouts, made quick work of Margot, Suaje, and Myers.
It's being aggressive early, right?
Yeah. He deals with Blash, Ibar, and Caesar in this inning. And Blash chases after that in the cleanup spot tonight.
That's the changeup from Anderson, and cleanup spot. Hey, there's some added pressure there. You get some guys on. Not the case right now for Jabari. But we know that if there's one in his swing path, he can connect to it, send it on its way.
Fouls it off to the right, out of play.
Don't you just love the atmosphere tonight as far as the crowd? There's a buzz and the fall weather that's kind of in the air.
Yeah, it is definitely fall-like here.
It's nice.
It has been all day.
Beautiful night here in Denver.
Crowd still coming in here. Flash takes ball 2. Well, the Rockies trying to play in October. That is the goal right now, and they have the second wild card spot. Season were to end today, they have to play that wild card game at Chase Field. That's the Diamondbacks, and that has been quite the season series against the Diamondbacks. Just finished up a 4-game series with them in which they split.
I'll tell you what, the more and more we talk about it, the more and more as we get closer to the end of the season, the possibility that looks like that's going to happen, right? It's great to get different people's opinions on what they think of that series. The 1-game playoff.
Nice job by Jabari Blash, who worked a walk there. He was down 0-2, but walks here, and he's aboard to begin the second inning. Bud Black's team trying to grab that second wild card spot, and you got Arizona at +5. Then the Rockies, they got to keep the Brewers at bay. They're 2.5 games back, and the Cardinals 4 games back. Cardinals lost today to the Cubs, and that is the situation for them. You know, we have seen a lot of the Diamondbacks, obviously, and especially at Chase Field. That offense, that's pretty tough.
Yep.
But the question is, who pitches that game for the? I mean, is it Zach Greinke? I mean, who is it?
I would say for the Diamondbacks, Greinke, and I talked to some Rockies people yesterday, and they said it's kind of leaning towards John Gray for the Rockies. And of course, with the records, right, it would take place at Chase Field in Arizona. And like you said, Don, with the way they play there.
Picked off at first base is Jabari Blash. Well, Anderson going over there and apparently got him. Jabari doesn't think so. He is going to wait. See if the Padres are going to challenge. Andy Green looking back and not made a decision yet. They are not going to challenge, and Blash picked off first base.
Wow, nothing more frustrating than leading off with a walk and getting picked. Oh, kind of tough to tell. Is it a whiff? Well, it looks like he got him on the shoulder, huh?
Ibar takes a hack. One hand came off the bat. 'Grounds it foul over by the Padres dugout. 0-2.
Well, if Anderson gets comfortable with that cut fastball that he just threw the last couple times, that's a nasty pitch. There's about a size of a shoebox on the inner half of the plate. Where, remember Al Leiter? Cutters, sliders, right? If he found that release point early on in the game, he was lights out. Tough to hit, tough to keep fair.
Ibarra fouls it off down the right field line, out of play. Al Leiter was just at Petco Park watching his nephew pitch.
Yeah.
Pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Mark Leiter Jr.
Two pitch coming up again, and a soft liner. It is going to be a one-hopper, and LeMahieu's got to hurry. Got it there in time to get Ibar. 2 down.
Anderson dropped the quick pitch on Eric Ibar. He will vary his delivery. He will vary his leg kick. There it is there. He kick starts the motorcycle and then goes forward towards the plate. This one had some weird English. As you can see, LeMahieu has to reach to his right after that first bounce.
So 2 down, and here is Matt Caesar. Caesar getting a start in left field tonight. Sharing time in right field with Jabari Blash, and coming off the bench to pinch hit, but That's a start in the left tonight. Looks like they're trying to come in. They do and miss. Tyler Anderson making his 13th start of the year. Working with 2 down, bases empty. Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. I hesitate to ask what you are working on over there. I am curious, though.
It's a prop, I'll be quite honest with you,
Okay.
and it's for a little later when Carlos Gonzalez comes up to the plate next, because
Okay.
I want to describe something we talked about last night, adjusting his grip, and I don't have a bat. So if you could produce a bat, that would be great. So in the meantime, I'm going to use
Check with our producer, Jason
Padre-
Lewis.
Padre
See if he can
mix.
produce a bat.
Yeah.
Because this does not look like a bat.
No, it doesn't.
What you've built and what you've spent the better part of
Yeah.
2 innings working on. We got lots of tape. We got paper rolled up, and it's not working.
Yeah, it's just going to be a bat handle. Since we don't have a bat, you have to improvise, right? The great ones adjust.
It's like a baton.
Yeah, that's true. I can get the pointer out. But I'm going to talk later. Carlos Gonzalez, we talked about, just use this as a bat handle and kind of describe what
Might work.
change he has made. So stay tuned to that one.
Unless Jason Lewis can produce a bat.
Sure.
He's efforting. He's kind of busy, apparently.
And you notice I switched up the glasses tonight, too, because they lost last
I
night.
did not notice.
Yeah. And just to let people know who watch, these are men's glasses. I've had people ask, and I just want to, they are men's glasses.
They're not your wife's? They're yours.
No, they're men's.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
On the ground to first, and a foul ball. 20th pitch of the inning coming up. Spangenberg batting with 2 down, and Caesar at first base. Anderson trying to work his way around 2 walks in the inning. Picked off the first one. Now a grounder foul again outside of first.
I'd like to see Corey get one right here and hammer one out of here. There's Major League McGuire on the left. Mark McGuire along with Andy Green.
Fly ball center field. Blackman coming in, and he'll make the catch. Well, the Padres will leave a base runner. Inning and a half done without a score from Denver. showstopper from around Major League Baseball. And earlier today on Fox, Cody Bellinger ties the rookie NL record with his 38th home run of the season in a 3-2 victory. It was against the Nationals as the Dodgers come away with the win, and another home run for Cody Bellinger. Where does that put him? Ties him with Frank Robinson and Wally Berger from 1930 with 38 home runs, each of their first seasons. And of course, Mike Piazza, former Padre, 1993 at 35.
That is some really good company. And the big note on the bottom, 14 games remaining, and we know the pace that Cody Bellinger hits home runs. I mean, he could hit 5 more. Who knows with the way he's swinging the bat. And the Nationals stuck on 89. Still looking for that 90th win of the season.
Gerardo Parra 8 for 15 against Lyles in his career. And he'll take the strike over the outside corner. Lyles evening the count here at 1-1. Center fielder Manuel Margot over towards left center. Gap out in right center field. 0-2 now to Parra. And that's a check swing. Did he go? No. The check with Tony Randazzo. Third base umpire. Umpires have the jackets on tonight. It is that cool here tonight in Denver. Feels like fall.
You know, I remember when Bruce Hurst was a Padre, he came over as a free agent. And he always talked about the postseason in Boston. And he goes, he loved the chill in the air. When you took the mound at Fenway and there was a chill in the air late that you knew it was playoff time. He says there's nothing like it. And that's a goal as a player, right? The season opens, venues, it's cold, right? Everybody's starting out. The goal is, after that long 6-month marathon, you still want to play in the cold.
Jimmy Williams used to say you want to play twice in the cold, to begin the season and to end the season.
Perfect. And I love Jimmy Williams. What a great baseball man.
Tremendous guy.
Oh.
th pitch coming up here for Jordan Lyles. First hitter of the bottom of the second inning. And that's up top for ball 3. Imagine a good amount of motion running through Jordan Lyles' head in this game tonight. Pitched for this team for 4 years, now coming back to face them for the first time.
That's the thing you have to eliminate. You got to stick to your game plan. Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, and Jordan sits down with the rest of the pitchers and Austin Hedges, go over to the game plan and just forget about all the other stuff. Hit the glove with each pitch thrown.
How much of it does he know already, though, having been on their team?
I think a lot. I mean, if he's a student of the game and watching as a Rocky, watching these guys at bats, I'm sure he's got a pretty good idea of how to go after these guys. But it's nice to have reassurance of Darren Balsley going over video diligently to find out what their weaknesses are, and also the strengths of Jordan Lyles against those certain hitters.
8th pitch of the at bat coming up here. Good battle put on by Gerardo Parra. And he fouls that one off. A piece of Hedges. Been an unbelievable amount of foul tips off Austin Hedges this season.
Did he get one off the throwing shoulder last night?
Yeah.
Now he gets this one. It's either off the left hand, wrist, forearm.
Parra leading it off here. Lengthy at bat. Pitch 9 coming up. Painful at bat right now for Hedges. Down to first goes Parra. First walk allowed by Jordan Lyles. Comes to lead off the bottom of the second inning. We'll bring up Trevor Story. Third start for Lyles in a Padres uniform. "21 home runs on the year for Story, 68 runs batted in." in the dirt and gathered by Hedges. Padres a double play depth with nobody out here in the inning.
Story has grounded into 9 this year. Number 10 would be nice right about now.
Not a bad candidate. And there you go. Ibar will flip to second for one, on to first, and Myers kept the foot on the bag. Double play turned by the Padres, and the 10th rounded into this season by Trevor Story. Nice call.
Looks like this ball off the end of the bat because he saw some wood being thrown out in front of home plate. Not hit all that hard. Good effort by Story getting on line, knowing that he could be the candidate for this double play. Nice turn at the bag. And that's nice to have Will Myers over there stretching the big fella.
So 2 down in the inning. That leadoff walk erased the double play. And here is Ian Desmond, who started in center field last night. Tonight gets a start at first base. Mark Reynolds on the bench. And there's strike one. '18th game that Desmond has started at first base. Most of his action has been in left field. 56 starts in left. And last night his only appearance in center field in a Rockies uniform. Charlie Blackmon had the night off last night, back in the lineup today.
Oh, it's great to have that versatility, huh? And the guy who can be a game changer too. I mean, one swing of the bat, offensively speaking.
Formerly a pretty good shortstop.
Yeah.
And now moving all over. Fly ball headed out towards right center field. Margot moving over and back, and he'll make the catch. Runs onto the warning track to end the inning. Play 2 without a score in Denver.
Welcome back to Coors Field. Scoreless in the top of the third. Well, this is a look back at when Jose Perella jammed his left pinky in Arizona last week. And talking with Andy Green, he said how much this team really misses his presence in the lineup. He said they really need his competitive at-bats back in the lineup. He is day-to-day still working on that left pinky, but he was in the cages, so it's just a matter of time until he's back. Guys, what do you think he brings to this lineup?
Michelle, thank you very much for that report. Yes, that was kind of gnarly to watch because the pinky usually doesn't bend that way, and also he had stitches in the webbing. The kid breaks. I mean, he hits the ball hard. When he puts the ball in play, the ball is hit hard. He comes up with big hits at times, and what he brings to the lineup is sorely missed, I think.
Especially a guy who's been hitting third for you for a long time now. Definitely lengthens the lineup when he is in it. Not been able to take BP at all, so no at-bats for a while now. So the Padres, after that took place in Arizona, had the 2 off days and the 2 games in Minneapolis. So coming up on a week, tomorrow? Hedges will take a strike. He didn't think it was, and kind of spins out of the box in disbelief.
You know, even though he did not catch that baseball, Jonathan Lucroy, I think there's a pretty good pitch. Let's take a look. Yeah. Down and in at 90. Going to the changeup here.
2-1 changeup. And a swing and a miss that fooled Hedges.
I love that pitch. I just love the changeup. You know why? Because it makes hitters look sick.
It looks bad.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fastball count, same arm action, and even look at that ball ends up right down the middle, but it's the you're taking like 3 feet off because of the velocity.
Austin Hedges, Jordan Lyles, and Manuel Margot expected here in the 3rd inning. 8-9-1. Payoff pitch coming to Hedges. And a liner to right field. Gonzalez back a step or 2 for out number 1.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Padres baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Padres home screen icons and app features as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
One down here in the 3rd inning, and Jordan Lyles coming up. 222 is average between here in Colorado and in San Diego. 2 for 9 at the plate.
Oh, life's good.
Oh yeah,
nachos and cheese.
Yep.
It's like Cheese Whiz, right? That's
pretty much.
Yeah, that's the good stuff there.
Hope it's a little warm for him on a cool night here.
Yeah, when that cheese starts to like harden up a little bit, it's not good.
No.
Cool cheese.
That's great. Asking some questions maybe about positioning on the field.
Gonna let it go, and Arenado's throw is in time. What a play by Arenado. First, Anderson, the pitcher, was in the way initially, and then Arenado comes up firing and throws out Jordan Lyles, 2 down.
There's got to be some communication here. I think that's why that Anderson peels out, and great concentration on Arenado because he's got to concentrate on that ball, almost getting screened by Anderson. And we've seen that way too many times. And it makes you really appreciate a guy like Nolan Arenado when you see him in the division. As many times the Padres play the Rockies.
2 down here in the 3rd inning. Manuel Margot, 2nd time through now for the Padres. And a fly ball in the infield right side. It is Ian Desmond taking charge and making the catch to end the inning. Padres down in order, scoreless through 2.5. For the bottom of the third inning in the Rockies, as the Padres and Rockies get ready for the third inning. We get ready for the end of the year, and down the stretch we go as we check out notable performances since August the 15th. We just saw the J.D. Martinez show, and we were at Chase Field in Arizona. It's impressive. Anthony Rizzo, Jose Ramirez, part of that 22 straight wins for the Indians. Gary Sanchez having a great end of the year, and Josh Reddick, the former Oakland A, as well as a couple other stops along the way, Boston and 2, but he's finishing up very well for the Astros, and some very good players.
The one thing that sticks out, we just saw him, as you mentioned, J.D. Martinez. Anthony Rizzo has been there, done that with the World Championship. So many guys contributing, and Jose Ramirez obviously a big part of the Tribe's success. You know what's interesting about this? And we don't get a chance to really see Gary Sanchez, Josh Reddick that often, and I think that's part of the nice thing about interleague play. Obviously, we didn't play the Yankees this year or Houston, but that's the beauty of the game, to see such stars and have to see a star coming to you soon when you see that team on the schedule and appreciate what they can do at this level.
Jonathan Lucroy leading it off here for the Rockies in the bottom of the third inning. Tyler Anderson and Charlie Blackmon scheduled to bat here in the third. Time in Texas and Colorado this year for Lucroy. Hard to find a better pickup than J.D. Martinez by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Bolstered their lineup in a very big way.
And in that ballpark, that helps.
Ooh, yes. On the ground, foul. Do it again, 0-2.
Now, I've only been to Detroit, I think, twice. But that ballpark, it's
big.
But it leans more towards pitching, right? Like you said.
Yes.
So to go from that, it's like going from the Grand Canyon to Williamsport.
It's a great place for triples.
Yeah.
Curtis Granderson had a bunch there when he was there. Especially to right center. There's a liner by the diving third baseman Corey Spangenberg into left. Lucroy aboard here to begin things in the third inning with the second Rockies hit of the game.
We got to be heads up on that left side of the infield. Even though Corey Spangenberg is playing back, well back of the bag, still out of his range as he dives to the left. Pretty quick infield here in Colorado with that grass, the short grass.
Second time in 3 innings the lead runner has been on. Bunt showing. And taking ball one is Tyler Anderson. Beg your pardon, called a strike. 48 average. 1 for 21 at the plate is Anderson. Drops it down. Myers got one play, and it's at first base. Sacrifice is complete. Lucroy takes second base on the sacrifice.
The Red Cross depends on financial donations to be able to provide disaster relief immediately. Help people affected by Hurricanes Harvey and Irma by visiting redcross.org or texting the word Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation.
So 1 out, Lucroy at second base. Back to the top of the order for Charlie Blackmon. Out there in the woods, there's also a stream.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. Strike one to Blackmon. Grounded out to second. In the first inning, 0 for 1. Blackmon with 34 home runs, 89 runs batted in. 332 average coming in. Fouls it off down the left field line. We talked about it earlier. He is definitely in the conversation as far as NL MVP goes. What are your thoughts on who you go? I know it changes day to day.
Well, here's my number one guy right here. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yep.
You know, there's Anthony Rendon's the dark horse here as far as, not getting enough love to what he has done to help the Nationals where they're at. Giancarlo Stanton, the home run is sexy, no doubt about that. Nolan Arenado, not only the numbers but the glove. But I would say Charlie Blackmon's like maybe third or fourth on that list.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm still with Paul Goldschmidt.
Hey, Goldie. Yeah, he could field, he can hit, triple crown threat, he could steal the bag.
You kind of wonder too, and I know that it's a factor. Even though you look at the breakdown of like Arenado's home runs, home road,
Right.
even split, but is it a factor that they play at Coors Field?
There's no question.
When voting,
I think there's no question about that. There's always going to be the argument, but they play at Coors Field.
right?
Now the argument is
This is falling fair. Over the plate is Caesar. Scoring is Lucroy. It's a double for Blackmon, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Rockies. Just did land fair down that left field line. Fan reached over. So a fan interference there. Double and a run scored. 89th RBI.
well, he fights this one off. It's a pitch that up in the zone, and it is right on the foul side of that chalk line. It hits the paint of the line on the foul side. Wow, you can't get much closer than that.
DJ LeMahieu now stands in on the right side. And a liner going the other way to right field. That's going to get in. Around from second comes Blackmon. It's a long single and an RBI. 2-0 Rockies.
Well, that's what DJ LeMahieu does best. Pitch that's down and in, he'll get the hands through first, the barrel will follow, and what do you know? That's why they play him that way in the outfield. Blackmon gets the angle, rounds third, gets the green light. Rockies adding on here in the second, in the third. Check that, the third.
Brings up Carlos Gonzalez with a runner at first and still just one out. Padres into a shift, but they'll keep it on the dirt of the infield with the double play possibility. Turned one last inning. Could use another this inning. Single to center field his first time up. One of the 4 hits the Rockies have in the game.
I was talking earlier about Carlos Gonzalez and the adjustments he's made. Here's what he was doing before. As I open my hand, see where this bat is on the palm? Same on the bottom, right? Well, you're not really taught to do that. It'll tie you up. Can't really get like good extension, good whip action. So what was talking about the adjustment he has made, moving it just out to his fingers a little bit. And I remember as a kid, even when coaches taught me, you lay the bat on the in between the first knuckle and your knuckles of your hand there, like right in those pads of your fingers, right? Okay, right there. So you get more, get through and whip action that way. I think if you hold the bat back here, you're more restricted for your wrist and you can't really get that whip action. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
And
adjustments worked out great.
And we were told that's the adjustment that Carlos Gonzalez has made on his grip. I'd like to thank Spencer Dolan down in the Padres clubhouse for providing us that prop.
It's much better than the thing you made.
The paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Swing and a miss, and it evens at 2-2. Fastball that time at 92. Jay LeMahieu just drove in a run with a single. Is at first base, held on by Myers. 2 runs in, still only 1 out in the inning. Going through the heart of this Rockies order right now. Still 2-2. Battle continues.
Speaking of hitting and grips and all things hitting, you know who's fun to talk to? The Padres? Mark McGwire. I mean, you can get him going. You can get him, and it's great. There's Major League McGwire. We were talking hitting the other day in the coach's office about fastballs and how guys, you know, the discussion was if a guy fouls one straight back, is he on it as opposed to popping one up on the infield? And my argument was the guy who pops one up on the infield straight up, that's more on it than straight back to the screen, because you're hitting more of the ball with your bat than you are as opposed to fouling it straight back. So just little discussions like that.
On the ground and through, the shift on the right side into right field. LeMahieu is going to head for third base. Throw is cut off, and it's 1st and 3rd now with 1 down for the Rockies. Second hit of the night for Carlos Gonzalez, who's 2 for 2.
Elevated middle in. Looked like Austin Hedges wanted that one down and out of the reach of Myers, out of the dive of the Suaje. Well, that one was placed perfectly just out of the reach of the 2 infielders for San Diego.
First and 3rd, 1 down, 2 runs in, and Nolan Arenado coming up. Just does not get any easier in this lineup.
So getting back to our discussion, remember we were talking about MVP and Coors Field and stuff. There's always going to be that ... but he plays at Coors Field.
Right.
Well, then the argument to that is that's not Nolan Arenado's fault. It's not Charlie Blackmon's fault.
Especially when you see a lot of his numbers being even on the road. He does it everywhere. On the ground up the middle into center field, a base hit. From third comes LeMahieu. That was the 3rd Rockies run of this inning, and they take a 3-0 lead. 4 straight hits now for Colorado.
Just playing pepper with the center of the diamond. We know that Arenado can take you out of the yard. Good aggressive swing, stays on it. Well, the Rockies finding the hole with LeMahieu, Gonzalez, Arenado.
Aaron Balls to the pitching coach out there to talk. Headed back to the dugout now. Lyles about to throw his 50th pitch of his outing. In the midst of a meeting with himself.
Just a little regroup, a little visit from the pitching coach. And you know, between the years, you got to, you know, I've mentioned this many times in a situation like this. Sure, you've given up those hits, they lead 3-0, but yet the situation calls for a grounder at one of my middle infielders to get out of this jam. Think grounder.
Gonzalez at second, Arenado at first. Still 1 out, and a grounder foul outside of first. I would say tonight's crowd is bigger than last night's crowd. Looking out to the bleacher areas and rock pile, they're filled in, and big crowd here for game 2 of the series. Rockies fans coming out as the Rockies right now in the 2nd wild card spot. Fouled off to the left out of play. Storer coming in, hitting at .325. Walked in the second inning. And with runners in scoring position on the year, hitting at .350. Bounces in, and it's blocked there by Hedges nicely. Able to keep it in front of him. Carlos Gonzalez at second, Nolan Arenado at first. With one out, 3 runs already in here for the Rockies in the last of the third inning. And Lyles really slowing it up here in between pitches. Parra grounds it softly towards second base. Suaje will go to first for the out there. And the runners move along. Gonzalez to third, Arenado to second with now 2 down. It's been a long inning for Lyles. His 25th pitch of the inning coming up.
That's taxing. That takes a lot out of you.
Eighth batter that he will have faced here in the inning. And it'll be Trevor Story. It into a 6-4-3 double play in the second inning. That's his second look at Jordan Lyles. This spot, a .235 hitter. Westbrook onto the scene last year with an incredible start last season. Sends one to left center field, in for a base hit. That'll play Gonzalez from third. Arenado coming in from second. He'll score. 2 more runs for the Rockies, who take a 5-0 lead. A 2-run single for Trevor Story. And a 5-run bottom of the third inning for Colorado.
Boy, to keep it at 3 would have been key for Jordan Lyles. With this breaking ball here, boy, he goes down and gets that. If that's taken, that's probably a legitimate ball. Want to try to stay away from the huge inning. Still a lot of baseball left, and 5-0 is really nothing in this ballpark, but still, those are 2 huge runs and a key 2-out knock by Story.
Here's Ian Desmond, 9th member of the Rockies to bat here in the inning. Tardy on the fastball at 93. Strike over the outside corner, 0-2. Lyles in a very taxing inning.
Yeah, 30th pitch coming, and think about it. You know, even if you throw 30 pitches in a bullpen session, you're taking a blow like after every 10 pitches or something, getting a drink of water or something. This is very taxing for a pitcher.
Runner goes, pitches outside, throw is going to be late. Stolen base for Trevor Story.
Black keeping the pressure on here. Stolen base.
Yeah, with the way things work at this ballpark, you get a little flair with the outfielders playing back. That's another run if they put the ball in play. On the shortstop side, Carlos Asuaje tries to go the backside on the tag. Not even close. Austin just kind of yanked that one a little bit on the shortstop side of second base.
Ball and 2 strikes to Ian Desmond. Jonathan Lucroy, who started all this with a leadoff single to left field, waits on deck for the Rockies. Although there are 2 outs in the inning. Swing and a miss. He goes around, and Hedges will apply the tag to end the inning. But quite an inning offensively for Colorado. They score 5 times, take a 5-0 lead to the 4th inning. Over the Padres, we get ready for the top of the 4th inning. It's time now for AARP's Getting to Know. Getting to know Luis Perdomo was actually selected by the Rockies from the Cardinals in the first round of the 2015 Rule 5 draft. So not the first time that Perdomo was a Rule 5 pick, unless he was to the Padres.
And he knows we're talking about it. He gets embarrassed a little bit. He's trying to hide himself. It's okay, Luis. We like him. We love him, right?
Absolutely.
And property now of the San Diego Padres. Glad to have him.
Carlos Asuaje leads it off here with work to do for the Padres. Trail here 5-0. Second time through the order for Tyler Anderson. He had a long wait. But out there now with a 5-0 advantage. Asuaje grounded out to second base. First time up.
Got to at least get 1 or 2. At least get on the board.
That's why Myers and Blash expected in the 4th. Charlie Blackmon, center fielder, over towards right center for Suaje to pull. And he pulls one on the ground down to first base, and Desmond will tag the bag. One down in the inning. So one away, and it'll bring up Will Myers. Will ground it out in the first. Coming out to third baseman Nolan Arenado. 5 ground ball outs so far for Tyler Anderson through 3 1/3 innings.
A lot of Padre fans here this weekend in Colorado.
Good place to visit.
Yep. Guy in the yellow shirt's really excited.
Line foul into the seats.
Oh, that's great. He's got the eye black there, the eye blue, if you want to call it that. Learning the game of baseball.
He's come ready to play.
Oh, yeah.
Down 1-2. Anderson's been able to keep the Padres off balance for the most part here in 3 1/3 innings. He's got a couple of walks mixed in, but so far that's it. Padres do not have a hit yet. Two to Myers, and he strikes out Myers. 2 down in the 4th inning.
Well, these Padre hitters know the arsenal of Anderson. And with 1 out and Will Myers coming up. Remember, he's got the fastball, he's got the cut fastball, he's got the changeup going soft early. Will way out in front of it. There's that 88-mile-an-hour cutter down and in I was talking about, right? Now he's going up and away, tying him up again with the little cutter inside. That was a really good sequence there by Anderson. Staying out of the heart of the plate and cutting that baseball, making it move a little bit.
His 50th pitch coming up here with 2 down in the 4th inning, and Jabari Blash down to the count 0-1. Blash got down 0-2 in the 2nd inning and then ended up walking.
First pitch changeup. Second pitch changeup. I stand corrected.
Swinging a foul that gets the catcher Lucroy. It's okay. Waved off the trainer. Headed towards the dugout, but called the ball as Anderson thought he had strike 3.
Boy, he had Jabari dancing in the box there too with that changeup down and away.
That is strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Tyler Anderson, who's through 3.5 here. 5-0 Rockies.
Welcome back to Coors Field. Well, here's a look at Franchi Cordero's home run last night that gave the El Paso Chihuahuas their first lead of any game in the Pacific Coast League Finals against the Memphis Redbirds. Their win avoided them being sent home. The Redbirds now lead the series 2-1 in the best-of-5 series. Now, Game 4 is tonight in El Paso, so the hopes are still alive, guys.
All right, Michelle, thanks very much. Winners of the PCL last year, trying to do it again this year.
Would love for the Chihuahuas to go back-to-back. It's a good feeling doing anything, winning something back-to-back. I know I've won the Gnome back-to-back. Sorry about it. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Could still win it a third time in a row.
I don't think so, because Donnie's running away with it.
Jonathan Lucroy led it off last inning with a single to left field. And 5 runs later, Rockies have a 5-0 advantage. And 9 men came to bat. 5 scored on 6 hits. Jordan Lyles had a 31-pitch inning, and an unsuccessful one. To third, and Spangenberg. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
What's your first thing you plan on doing with the Gnome once you bring it home?
I'm going to drive it around Coronado. My
Boy, you know what?
open.
You did not even hesitate when I asked you that question. So therefore, you're taking it home.
No, I've thought about it a lot. A lot.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I will admit I'm not ready to say that it's over.
It's kind of like the Stanley Cup.
But I am saying that I've already had some thoughts as to what I'm going to do. I'm going to take him fishing on my paddle boat out in the bay for sure. The Gnome is going to go fishing, San Diego Bay. Today.
That'll be sweet.
A nice lunch on the water. I plan on taking him probably over to the Dell. Yeah, I got days planned with the Gnome.
Take him to the zoo?
Now, how soon do you get your name put on it? When does that happen? Because I know that.
You know what I think in your case, I think it just left the engravers.
It's already been engraved?
It's already been engraved.
I mean, how long did you have to wait the other 2 years?
I think they pretty much, depending on, you've got a pretty good lead.
No, not a lot of games left. We got 14 after tonight. That's a lot can go wrong.
I think with the week left in the season, depending on how many points you're ahead, I think you're pretty safe that it's going to be at the engravers and it'll be good to go.
But that's what I'm asking. Was it ever on there, like when you got it?
Yes.
For the offseason?
Yes.
Your name was already on it?
Yes, when they presented the last game of the season, name was already on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I have a 60-point lead or thereabouts. What have I got here? 230. That's actually more than that now.
Sorry about it.
Fouled off to the left. So anyway.
I'm just happy that the Gnome is staying in the booth.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, so that's not a bad lead, but I mean, it's a couple of good nights for you, who all of a sudden is. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong.
Sweeney's in second place.
Oh, okay. Popped up foul off to the left and out of play. So your name does go on it right then.
Yes.
That's great. So yeah, we'll go fishing. Payoff pitch on the ground. Cut off. Spangenberg fires to first for the out, and Anderson retired. 2 down. Charlie Blackmon coming up. Double to drive and a run in the 3rd inning. Now has 90 RBIs, 89 of them out of the leadoff spot. And with 89 now as a leadoff hitter, he passes Craig Biggio for the all-time National League record for RBIs by a leadoff hitter. You think about it, kind of unusual to have that many RBIs for a guy leading off.
Yeah, obviously that means at the bottom of the order is doing something in order for you to drive those runs in. That's
means your lineup top to bottom is pretty good. To second, and Zwahe will throw him out this time. In order go the Rockies in the 4th, but Colorado's get a 5-0 lead. All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. Back here at Coors Field, where it is 5-0 Rockies. Eric Ibar leading it off and taking strike one. Tyler Anderson has not allowed a hit tonight to the San Diego Padres as he starts this 5th inning. Walked 2, both in the 2nd inning. To 3rd and Arenado. One down here in the 5th.
I've got 5 fly ball outs, predominantly a strikeout or a grounder from Anderson.
Correct.
And you know that cutter, when a pitcher has got the feel for that cut fastball, and you've got a lot of right-handed hitters, you get in on the kitchen, you get those weak fly balls or those grounders.
7 ground ball outs, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, we just saw one of those weak grounders.
Seven total pitches right now for Anderson through 4 1/3 innings.
Tell you what, being on a pitch count, as we were told before the game, like 70-ish, if he can get this 5th inning in and be the pitcher of record, I mean, I think that's gravy for the Rockies and for Anderson.
Fly ball headed out towards right center field. Charlie Blackmon for out number 2 here in the 5th inning. So 2 down, and it brings up Corey Spangenberg, who has flied out to center field. How involved does Bud Black get with the pitching side of things as a manager?
You know what I found he was good at, especially working with Darren Balsley? He delegated his coaches to do what they were hired to do, and he would input. They'd have discussions, but pretty much Darren Balsley would have reign of what to do with the pitchers. He would have input, but it was all on the pitching coach.
Arenado comes down from 3rd to make the catch. We're through 5 for Tyler Anderson. He's not giving up a hit. Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Father Joe's Villages. Call 1-800-HOMELESS or visit neighbor.org to make a tax-deductible donation of cash, cars, or furniture. And by Sycuan Casino. Padres Club Sycuan members, swipe your card at any kiosk at Sycuan Casino for your chance to win a Will Myers Segway. Now back in Denver, Colorado. Rockies coming to bat here. Jordan Lyles back out on the mound. Leading it off is DJ LeMahieu.
That was the 75th pitch from Jordan Lyles as he starts this 5th inning.
Down the right field line towards the corner. Jabari Blash will leap but have no play. A few rows out of his reach. DJ LeMahieu, Carlos Gonzalez, and Nolan Arenado scheduled to bat here in the 5th.
You know, it's frustrating for a pitcher. You look at last inning for Lyles in the 3rd. And all the damage that was done. Now you're leading right back off. LeMahieu, as you mentioned, 2, 3, 4.
Right in the heart of the order again.
Back-to-back innings.
It's such a long lineup, though. I mean, even when you get towards the bottom, you get Story, Desmond, Lucroy. They're good hitters in there. Down the right field line again, foul.
And that's why they are where they are in the standings and fight for that wild card spot.
Pitching is questionable, though.
Yep, you're right. And it's funny you mention that because I was just comparing the Padres to the Rockies as far as overall ERAs. The Padres actually have a better ERA at 4.55, 4.60 for the Rockies, but still, it's the offense that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, buffers the ERA. You know, when you're scoring a lot of runs like the Rockies do, you can afford to have that 4.5, maybe 5-ish ERA if you're scoring 6, 7 runs a game.
And you got to take into account you pitch here.
Right.
81 times.
Yeah. Number 1 offense, 271 average for the Rockies coming into this game.
Lyles has walked 1, struck out 1 through the first 4 innings. There's a full count here. Leadoff hitter DJ LeMahieu.
You know what the strange thing is, though, offensively speaking, for the Rockies in the home runs in the National League, they're ranked 9th. I would think that they'd be higher.
Yes, I would too, especially with the power
Yep.
they have through this lineup. That's ball 4 and a leadoff walk for DJ LeMahieu. Second walk allowed by Lyles. That's going to bring up Carlos Gonzalez. Two for 2 in the ball game. Single to center in the first inning. Single to right in the 3rd inning. In the air to deep right field. Blash looking up, and where's that going to land? Second deck. 2-run shot for Carlos Gonzalez, his 13th of the year, and it's a 7-0 Rockies lead.
Just wasn't up enough. It was in where he wanted it, but Austin Hedges wanted it up a little bit more. Boy, he gets the hands through quickly. We talked about his grip earlier. It has been paying dividends. Second tank for Carlos Gonzalez. Oh my gosh, the trajectory on that one. Wow.
7-0 Rockies, nobody out here in the 5th, so they're doing it offensively. Their starting pitcher tonight, Tyler Anderson, is not allowed to hit through the first 5 innings, so they're doing it defensively and pitching. Ball and a strike now to Nolan Arenado. Fly down to the warning track in center. And single to center to drive in a run. RBI 125 of the year for Arenado. It seemed very odd during the course of the year in the 2 trips previous to see Carlos Gonzalez not perform well, and the numbers were not good for a lot of the season. He was back to the Carlos Gonzalez of old.
Padres pitching staff this year have made some really good pitches against him, and that was evident the times prior to this series. I mean, there were times when he would swing at balls out in front of home plate.
Yeah, he looked lost.
Really looked lost.
Well, tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. Nolan Arenado, first home run since the start of 2015, only behind Nelson Cruz. Edwin Encarnacion, now a Cleveland Indian. A lot of that spent with Toronto, though, since 15. Check swing, did he go? No. And a walk here. Second of the inning allowed by Jordan Lyles. And here comes Andy Green. So Jordan Lyles with a tough outing tonight against his old team. Lyles 7 runs so far, responsible for Arenado at first base. And he will depart. 90 pitches thrown tonight by Lyles. Valdez coming in, 7-0, Rockies on top. Top of the Padres. Time now for the San Diego fans of the game. And as we mentioned earlier, a lot of Padres fans here in attendance at Coors Field in Colorado.
Oh, they came ready to play too.
Gloves in hand.
Yeah. Decked out in the jerseys, just like the players wear.
Jose Valdez into the games. This pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford.
Well, it's a bounce back opportunity for Valdez. Last night in the 8th, no outs recorded, 2 hits, 2 runs. Rockies leading 7-0, his 14th game. See the combined numbers with the Angels and the Padres for Jose.
To first, and what's Myers doing here? He's going to tag him out. And tag the bag, 2 down, double play. That's kind of strange. Arenado, instead of going to second, went back to first. And Myers applied the tag and then touched the bag, so double play, 3 unassisted. I don't know if Arenado thought he caught it on a line drive, or
I don't know. That's really odd.
Trying to get back to the
There's
bag.
the tag and the tag, yeah.
Second double play for the Padres in this one, and here is Trevor Story, who bounced into that double play. First one back in the second inning.
I think the best thing for Arenado to do there is get caught in a pickle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, go away from first base back.
Just ran into a double play instead.
Exactly.
The Stories went 6-4-3 back in the second inning. First of 2 DPs tonight. Popped up foul off to the right.
Well, Jose Valdez, part of the success of those Chihuahuas that are in the playoffs. We just talked about that a little bit ago. Appeared in 23 games for El Paso.
A little different this year for the Padres. Last year they left so many guys there really to get through and win, and they did win. And then we saw the likes of Hedges and Renfroe and Margot come up after the championship. This year a lot of those guys called up before. And Renfroe still there. Pitch in there for a strike. 2-2.
You have a championship ring from the minor leagues, don't you?
I do. Double A. 1994, the Binghamton Mets.
Must have been a blast.
It was awesome. A lot of the Mets who got to the World Series in 2000 were on that team. Guys, a former Padre, Jay Payton.
Oh, yeah.
Was on that team. You win any championships in the minors?
No.
No. Line to center. Margot is there, and he makes the catch below the cap high to end the inning. 2 more runs for the Rockies. They lead at 7-0 through 5.
It's his 6th inning of work. He's only faced 2 over the minimum. What's been working for him? The changeup. Even down the heart of the plate, he's got that whip action to where they can't square it up. They're behind it. Now enter the cutter. Remember I mentioned inside about the size of a shoebox? How about the backdoor cutter? And once again, down and in. Cannot hit the sweet spot. 2 walks. He has yet to surrender a hit as he starts his 6th inning of work.
59 pitches through the first 5 hitless innings for him, and Austin Hedges will lead it off here for the Padres. Hedges lined out to the right fielder Carlos Gonzalez in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1. Look at the line so far. 5 innings, no hits, no runs. Walked 2, struck out 2. Right now in a stretch, he has retired 10 Padres in a row. Last batter to reach was Matt Caesar on a walk in the second inning. And he did walk 2 in that inning. Out on deck for the Padres right now is Luis Torrens. He would bat for Jose Valdez in the 9th spot. There is Torrens waiting on deck. On the ground, but right to LeMahieu, the second baseman, for the first out of the 6th inning. Well, in the 4-inning relief outing in his last outing, gave up only 1 hit in the 4 innings. 4 shutout innings and just the 1 hit.
He's staying out of the heart of the plate. A little bit of movement here and there as Bud Black, manager of the Rockies, on the horn to the bullpen.
Remember, he is on a pitch count tonight. Luis Torrens pinch hitting and taking ball 1. Left side, Arenado spins and throws out Torrens. 2 down. Nice rangy play there. Cut it off in front of the shortstop Story, who was coming on, and then spun his way around to fire to first.
Yeah, if he can get to it, it's his ball. Even though he has to extend it to his left, spin and throw. That's his play. Story's got to go to his right and circle in front of this one. My goodness, to his right, to his left, in and out. That's why the guys won 4 Gold Gloves.
2 down here in the 6th inning. Top of the order, Manuel Margot. 3rd time through the order now. Margot popped out to second base in the 1st. Popped out to first base in the 3rd.
Speaking of Gold Gloves, 8 combined Gold Gloves out there tonight. Arenado 4, LeMahieu 1, Gonzalez 3. There's gold in them Bar Hills.
Margot grounds one softly down the 3rd baseline. The catcher, Lucroy's throw will be late, and that is a base hit. So with 2 outs in the 6th inning, the Padres break up the no-no. A base hit, the infield hit for Manuel Margot didn't go very far from the home plate area. This Rockies crowd will salute their pitcher Tyler Anderson.
Well, this is one of the things as a cutter pitcher, the guy who works down in the zone, you know, once in a while you're going to get jammed and you don't hit the ball hard directly at an infielder. Manuel Margot knows he's got to hustle. He does that each and every time. He beats it out.
So the infield hit here with 2 down makes things a little easier on Bud Black as that pitch count is rising here for Anderson. This will be pitch number 70 coming up. There's action in the Rockies pen. Go to first. Ooh. And wow, Margot is headed in the wrong direction initially.
You know, I think a perfect throw may have gotten Manuel Margot at first base.
Already picked off Jabari Blash in the 2nd inning.
A throw down by the bag on the inside part, it would have been really close. I think he may have gotten him.
Line through the right side into right field, a base hit. And Margot up to second base as Wahe on, and Padres with 2 down have something going here. On the phone, he's got Kyle Freeland up in the pen.
Looks like pitching coach Steve Foster out to have a chat as Carlos hits a one-hopper through the right side sharply.
Oh, that had been 12 in a row retired by Anderson. For the infield hit by Margot. A single to right for Suaje. Double barreled action in the pen right now for the Rockies. Carlos Estevez up in the pen as well as Kyle Freeland. Myers grounds one foul.
First pitch changeup. That's pitching right there, folks. One swing of the bat is a 3-run shot. You get right back into this one, and he pulls the string. It's been one of his go-to pitches tonight. The changeup, the cutter, and Will out in front. Barrel rolls over the top of that pitch for the foul ball.
Fouls it off himself, and down goes Myers.
That's a cutter in.
He's in some pain right now. Ooh.
The back knee, right?
Yes.
Wow, that
is high on the leg.
Yeah, that's really weird.
They're trying to walk it off here. Andy Green looking into the dugout.
Watch the back leg.
Oh. Going to stay in the game. Continue the at bat. I'm not sure how well he can run after making contact here.
Exactly.
We'll see. Down on the count, 0-2. And he'll take strike 3. Second time he has struck out tonight. Padres leave 2 and trail 7-0. of the Padres as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And some changes here for the Padres. Will Myers does come out of the game, as it turns out. New pitcher is Miguel Diaz, into his 27th game of the year for the Padres, a right-hander.
Well, last outing for Miguel was in Arizona. It's been a while ago. That was back on Saturday. 2 innings, 3 hits. He gave up a couple runs. He's been a starter, mostly a reliever. 3 starts under his belt, as he's having a little discussion with Luis Torrens.
New first baseman Hector Sanchez taking over at first base, as Will Myers does indeed come out of the game. So Hector down there now at first. Ian Desmond standing in on the right side. And it looks like Padres have a new catcher as well. Luis Torrens is now catching, so Hedges comes out of the game. Torrens now doing the catching after he pinch hit last inning. Swing and a miss. A cut there for Ian Desmond, who is 0 for 2. Flied out to center and struck out swinging. Diaz, third arm used tonight by the Padres. Jordan Lyles giving up 7 runs in 4+. Fouled off, and it hangs him 1-2. Valdez ended up going an inning, giving up no hits. No runs, did not walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. All the runs Rockies have charged to the starter, Jordan Lyles. Popped up foul off to the right, out of play. One-two pitch on the outside corner for strike 3. Ian Desmond striking out to begin things here in the 6th inning, and says some stuff to Jerry Davis on the way by. And that may be why he says some stuff on the way by.
96 off the plate. He definitely gets the call there.
One down brings up Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th inning. Pitcher spot is due next, and former Padre Alexei Amarista waiting on deck. Fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Lucroy with a single and a run scored in the 3rd, the big inning for Colorado tonight. They scored 5 times. There's Amarista. '97 but missing is Miguel Diaz. Tyler Anderson going the first 6 innings of this contest. 6 shutout innings, gave up only 2 hits, did not allow a hit through the first 5 2/3 innings. Well, the little dribbler in front of the plate off the bat of Manuel Margot became first Padres hit. They'd add another with Carlos Asuaje singling to right field. He was very impressive.
Very. Stayed out of the heart of the plate. Dicing and slicing the corners with changeups and cutters. And we all know the Rockies need some starting pitching right about now.
Couldn't have come at a better time, really, for them. 2-2 pitch. Lucroy fouls off another.
I'll tell you what, Miguel Diaz is in free and easy 97. He does not have a violent delivery. He's not like, you know, kneecaps and elbows and you know, max effort type guy. Free and easy delivery, and that ball just jumps out of his hand.
It's easy cheese.
Oh.
Through the right side into right field, a base hit for Lucroy. Pretty good at bat right there. Fouled off a few, took a few, and ends up taking it the other way into right field. A 1-out single. Quite an outing tonight for Tyler Anderson.
Mentioned the changeups, mentioned the cut fastball. When he gets them into the righty, it's very hard to square up. Saw some weak ground balls, some easy fly balls, and some nice defense as well. When you've got a guy like Arenado with a gold glove, LeMahieu with a gold glove. That makes pitching fun. Keep the ball in the infield.
6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Hit 4 here by Alexei Amarista. Former Padres standing in on the left side against a right-hander, Miguel Diaz. Fouled off the left out of play, 1-1. Diaz struck out Desmond to begin the inning. Lucroy with a base hit to right. And the pinch hitter Amarista is down 1-2. Tried to chase that fastball, and at 97 it was by him. Five runs in the third for the Rockies, 2 more in the 5th. Leading it 7-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Amarista to left field, and that's in for a base hit. In front of Caesar, as Lucroy will take second base, and back-to-back singles here for the Rockies with 1 down in the inning.
Well, what's been the common theme here for these Rockies against the hard-throwing Diaz? Jonathan Lucroy, right-hander, spanks it to right field. Nice, easy swing. Left-hander, Amarista, nice and easy, takes him the opposite way. Not trying to pull the 97 cheese.
And now the top of the order coming up, Charlie Blackmon. Doubled back in the 3rd inning, 1 for 3. Drove in a run as well. His 90th RBI of the year. Chance to do more damage. And Terren's calling time. Trying to get the attention of Miguel Diaz. He did. Blackmon jumping on the first pitch and fouling it off. 20th pitch of the inning coming up for Miguel Diaz. Fouled off, 0-2. Lucroy at second. Emery stood first. One out here in the 6th inning, and Diaz trying to work his way out of this inning. In the air to right field. Flash going back at the wall, and that's gone. 3-run shot for Charlie Blackmon, his 35th home run of the year. Rockies jump on top 10-0.
Well, there are mistakes, and then there are 0-2 mistakes. A breaky ball goes right back over the heart of the plate. He wanted to try to backdoor that breaky ball. And the league's leading hitter adds on to his resume for this 2017 season. Wow.
Balsley out there, the pitching coach. There was no action in the Padres bullpen. So the conference breaks up here on the mound. There's still one out of the inning. He's able to strike out Desmond to begin the inning, but Lucroy single, Amarista single, and the 3-run home run by Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, I know it's easier said than done, but 0-2 pitch like that, that's when you got to bury. That's when you got, if you're going to miss, you're missing a ball and a half maybe on the outside off the plate. You cannot let that ball leak in, out or third, even down the middle like he did.
Four RBI night for him, 93 now in the year. Look out, and hit by the pitch is LeMahieu, and he starts out. Now the dugouts will empty here as LeMahieu did not like being hit by the pitch. It was a fastball after the home run by Blackmon. The bullpens are emptying as well. Started walking towards the pitcher's mound, but really did not make that much of an aggressive head out in that direction, but it was clear he didn't like it. And Mayhew saying some things as he heads away and to first base.
Well, the first pitch was a fastball in as well. Looked like the second pitch, he wanted to go back inside again. Stand corrected. This is the first pitch of the at-bat. Trying to bury it inside.
And you're not happy about it right away, barking out at him.
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think the last thing I think Miguel Diaz wants is to put another base runner on.
Looks like he has been ejected. One plate umpire just pointed at him, so I don't think it's a warning. I think he maybe just got ejected. And Andy Green out here to talk to the home plate umpire, Jerry Davis, who is the crew chief. And he pointed right at Diaz, who did not hand out warnings to either dugout. And he has been ejected.
Wow.
Diaz coming off.
Was there because I mean, the first pitch of the at-bat was in. He missed. And then the second pitch hit him. I mean, did we miss a warning?
No, you don't have to have a warning. If he thinks it's intended, then he can do it right away without a warning.
There's the first pitch of the at-bat. Okay, moves his feet a little bit, trying to bury the pitch in, right? Second pitch, he set up inside. It comes in.
So they deemed it intentional. Home-plate umpire Jerry Davis, and ejecting Diaz from this game. Andy Green out now to talk some more, and they'll have to bring out another reliever here. Will be given as much time as he needs. So pitching change for the Padres after a little drama here. Miguel Diaz ejected from the game after hitting LeMahieu. Pitching change from Coors Field in Colorado. Up the Padres. Charlie Blackmon hitting a 3-run home run. The next batter, DJ LeMahieu, hit by a pitch, the second pitch thrown by Miguel Diaz, and it was deemed, as the benches emptied and the bullpens emptied, by Jerry Davis, home plate umpire, that it was intentional. So he has the right to eject Miguel Diaz immediately, which is what he did. And Diaz chased from this game. So now Corey Mazzoni coming in to warm up as long as he needs. He was not warming in the pen. So after an ejection or an injured pitcher leaving.
That's so subjective. I mean,
sure.
You look at the way this game's going, the offense for the Rockies. Sure, he hits a home run. In my honest opinion, you get 10 people in a room, you get 12 different opinions. Yep. Why would Miguel Diaz want to hit DJ? My feeling is, you don't throw at hitters because they hit home runs. If you want to, you make better pitches so they don't hit home runs. If in fact it is a retaliation of some sort, that's when you stick up for your players, because a guy goes in spikes high, or a guy gives one of your teammates a cheap shot, something like that. In the event of what happened, home run, make a better pitch. I just think Miguel Diaz was trying to bury a two-seam fastball inside and it got away from him.
Well, LeMahieu at first base. Padres into a shift here. Still just one out in the inning. Well, a big swing and a miss here for Carlos Gonzalez. He has one of the 2 home runs tonight. This was a 2-run shot in the 5th inning.
Well, if there is an adjustment Corey Mazzoni needs to make, it's sharpen up that slider, because the slider that he threw in Minnesota was really flat. So he's got to work on that, and also location as well. Because in that inning and a third, 4 runs against the Twins.
Mentioned the home run for Gonzalez. Also has 2 singles. 3 for 3 night for him. And a ground ball could be 2. Second for 1. On to first, got to hurry, and they do get it there just in time. Third double play turned by the Padres in this game. 3 more runs for the Rockies. They lead it 10-0. Harrah's game summary, a big third inning for the Rockies. They'd score 5 times. Charlie Blackmon with a double. They would drive in a run at the time. Trevor Story would drive in 2 for this base hit. Then Carlos Gonzalez with his home run in the 5th inning, a 2-run shot, his 13th of the year. Charlie Blackmon with his home run, a 3-run shot coming in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then after his home run, Miguel Diaz ends up hitting DJ LeMahieu. And Jerry Davis, home plate umpire, thought it was intentional and threw Diaz from the game, ejected, and the bench is emptied. No punches thrown. A lot of talking. Diaz ejected from the game. And it's 10-0 Rockies. To the top of the 7th inning we go. And former starter into the game now is Kyle Freeland.
He's made 27 starts this year, 1 relief appearance July 15th at New York. Pitched 3 scoreless hitless innings in that outing. One of the youngsters that, over the course of the season, it's something to get used to. Getting the ball once every 5 days, start to tire a little bit, and it kind of shows in your numbers.
Flash tonight has walked and struck out looking. Mayhew incidentally does come out of the game as Alexei Amarista stays in the game and takes over at second base here for the Rockies. Ibar and Caesar scheduled to bat here in the 7th inning. Fouled off to the right, out of play. We're talking about Freeland struggling, and really a couple of starters struggling for the Rockies recently, especially in the series against the Diamondbacks. Chad Bettis and Kyle Freeland. Freeland since moved to the pen and making this appearance here. But some tough numbers. The last 5 starts, Chad Bettis and Kyle Freeland.
And that's why they need a couple pick-me-ups. Remember Tyler Chatwood last night. They needed that outing from him.
Flash didn't go, says Corey Blazer, first base umpire.
Bud Black and Steve Foster, the pitching coach for the Rockies, have to be absolutely happy with the outing by Tyler Anderson after a relief outing of 4 1/3. He goes 6 tonight.
Line to center field, and that's going to get in. Over to cut it off is Blackman, knocks it down. Blash with a little stumble around the bag at first, but he'll hold on the leadoff single here in the 7th inning.
The ball was rifled to center field off the bat of Blash. Does the ball check up on Blackman? I mean, he moved to his right very, very quickly, and then it's all of a sudden, to prevent that ball from getting by him, he's on the second baseman side. Watch this ball. He goes for it. Oh, it's kick save.
Nice stop.
He overran it.
Did change direction there, it looked like on him.
Yeah.
Threw the foot out, worked out.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. I want to incorporate, and bear with me during this, I want to incorporate a little bit of hockey into baseball. This will eliminate the fighting and the fake fighting and the scrum and the hugging and the, right?
You want a penalty box?
No. Here's what I'd incorporate. Let's say, okay, Miguel Diaz hits DJ LeMahieu.
Right.
DJ LeMahieu makes the point like he wants to get him. He wants a piece of him. Fine. You guys meet in between the mound and the plate. If you want to be dumb enough to hurt yourself, blow out a shoulder, break a hand or something,
So let them fight.
Go at it. Like the referees in hockey. They let them go at it until they hit the ice, then they break it up.
So fighting in baseball.
Well, it would eliminate it because how many guys really want to square off?
Right.
How many guys really want to square off one-on-one with a guy?
Not many.
Not many.
No.
And if you want to be dumb enough to do that and get suspended and get hurt, I think that would eliminate a lot of this.
Then would you have goons in baseball?
Good question.
You're going to need to carry a goon?
That's a good question. The guy who will take one for the team, right?
Yeah, the police guy.
Right.
Polices the situation.
Like McSorley for Gretzky, right?
Exactly.
That's a good call. But anyway, I know I kind of say that tongue-in-cheek, but I mean, if these guys want a piece of one another, I think that's one say that the umpires say, hey, do you want a piece of him? Not really. Okay, go to first base. Let's get on with baseball.
You'd have to incorporate the third man in rule they have. That if another person becomes involved, then they're automatically ejected.
Yes. Yeah.
That would keep everybody running out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so you just have to fight on the field.
Yeah.
Those two until somebody goes down.
Until somebody goes
and
down.
the umpires break it up. Interesting thought.
And then both players are ejected and then suspended. I tell you what, that would put a quick halt.
Ball 4, and Caesar down to first base with 1 out of the inning. Let's check in with Michelle.
Yeah, guys, a quick update from the Padres training staff. Will Myers, from that foul tip in the 6th inning, left the game with a right leg contusion. I'll keep you guys updated as I find out more.
All right, Michelle, thanks very much. Looked very painful. Myers was unable to continue, comes out of the game after he did finish that at bat. Struck out looking to end the inning, and then Hector Sanchez took his place at first base defensively. 2 on, 1 out, and Corey Spangenberg, the batter. Takes strike 1. Corey has flat out to center, popped out to third. In the air, foul. 0-2.
You can check out Padres POV presented by Nissan each and every Friday night after Padres Live, the postgame show. Boy, Michelle Margot does such a great job on that show. working very hard to give you all that information regarding Padres baseball. And of course, Mike Pomeranz does a great job on Padres Live, the postgame. Padre fans enjoying the game. Mark Sweeney does a nice job on that as well.
Pitch inside, and it's 1-2.
I love everybody.
You're a lover.
Not a fighter.
Two on, one out. Spangenberg batting here. Swing and a miss, and Spangenberg strikes out. Second K for Freeland. 2 down. That was not a comfortable at bat for Spangenberg there against the lefty.
The sweeping breaking ball. Lefty on lefty off the plate. That's the exact spot where Freeland wanted to throw that pitch. Good location.
Hector Sanchez batting for the first time of the game, took over from Myers at first base. Jumps back out of the way of a pitch inside. Pitch of the inning coming up here for Kyle Freeland. And relief of Tyler Anderson. Pitched 6 shutout innings, allowing 2 hits. Walked 2, struck out 3. Sanchez fouls it off down the right field line, out of play. Sellout here tonight in Colorado. 48,247. 48,247.
They knew you were going to be here.
Yeah. They had a big crowd last night too.
39.4 last night. 39.2. Check that. 39,243 last night. So 2 good gates here for the Rocks.
Line down the left field line, headed foul. Hector looking down in the area. Looks like a fan may have gotten hit down the left field line on that foul ball. One and two, the count to Sanchez with 2 on and 2 down. Two pitch. And a fly ball headed out towards center field. Blackman going back. He will get there to make the catch. That ends the inning. The Padres will strand a pair. 7th inning stretch, 10-0 Rockies. Rockies have the lead over the Padres. 7th inning stretch presented by your San Diego Hyundai dealers. Sellout crowd wrapping up Take Me Out to the ball game here at Coors Field. Rockies having all kinds of fun tonight. On top 10-0. Well pitched ball game for the Rockies as well. The starter Tyler Anderson didn't allow a hit until the 6th inning with 2 outs.
You know why Dinger is the mascot of the Colorado Rockies?
I haven't got a clue.
Okay, I'll tell you. Because when Coors Field was being built, excavated, right? Clearing ground, digging, they actually found dinosaur bones.
Really?
Hence the mascot, Dinger. Take a hike, Dinger, and tell your story walking.
Well, I guess if you think about it, I mean, a Rocky, how are you going to make a mountain?
Yeah.
You know, a mascot mountain.
They should have
mascot.
They should have called this place Jurassic Park if that's the case. They found a dinosaur bone. But they didn't. All right, Don, bottom of the 7th.
Pinch hitter here. Raimel Tapia pinch hitting for Nolan Arenado in the bottom of the 7th inning. Arenado, while he was in the game, flied out to the warning track in center, singled the center field to drive in a run, and last time up walked. Mazzoni back out on the mound here for the Padres. He's able to get the double play that ended the 6th. Back out there to start the 7th after Miguel Diaz was ejected. This to left, playing deeply with Caesar, and that'll fall in for a base hit. To start things here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's a Coors Field special with the way the outfielders have to play. You're playing a little bit on the deep side there, and then those little flares that are usually caught. As Tapia flies this one to left.
Lead runner on here for the Rockies in the bottom of the 7th. Gerardo Parra has walked and grounded out twice, last time into a double play. And he takes strike 1. Only called up from El Paso this last Tuesday. First stint in the majors for him since 2015. Ended up with a 1.19 earned run average for El Paso this year. Combined regular season and postseason numbers for Mazzoni. 3 saves, all in El Paso.
You know, that's pretty good numbers in 30 in the 3rd innings for Corey. 1.19 ERA. That's in that league, that ballpark. That's good.
Gave up a leadoff base hit here in the 7th inning to Tapia. Oh, he's swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2-2. Reaches out, fouls it off to the left out of play. He's only operating at 93 miles an hour. Rockies with 2 home runs tonight. Charlie Blackmon with a 3-run home run. Carlos Gonzalez a 2-run home run. Now ground ball, foul outside of first.
It's gotten chilly here tonight, Donnie.
It's cooled off. It's cool here today anyway. Low 60s.
The wind has picked up just a little bit at game time. There was a nice little comfortable breeze. It's picked up a little bit. Yeah, bring your blanket to the ball yard.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. And it's a liner into center field for a base hit. Tapia is headed for third. Margot gets it back in. And it's first and third with nobody out for the Rockies here in the 7th inning.
Oh, just too many mistakes tonight out of the pitcher's hands for the Padres, and Parra adds to that. First and third action.
Trevor Story, 1 for 3 tonight. Drove in 2 with a single in the 3rd inning. Also has a stolen base in this game. And this one will get away. From third base comes Tapia. He will score the 11th Rockies run. Wild pitch uncorked there by Mazzoni.
Yeah, when you're anticipating something down and away, then you have to react way up out of the zone. Oy vey.
So Parra at second base now as he was able to move up. Run in, 11-0 Colorado. Ground ball to shortstop. Ibar looks the runner back at second. There's out number 1 at the bottom of the 7th inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Lined and just out of the reach of Ibar. Over to cut it off is Caesar. He'll get it back in. And it's first and third again here with 1 down. And Desmond gets his first hit of the night. Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher, coming up now for the Rockies. Two hits tonight, a single to left and a single to right, wrapped around a ground out to third base.
Looks like Jonathan Lucroy is going the route of Charlie Blackmon. Charlie Blackmon doesn't trim that beard of his, he just lets it go. Looks like Lucroy is on the same train there.
Did you ever go with a beard when you were playing?
I did. When I went to Taiwan. Stunk it up over there, by the way, too.
To center field, and that's in for a base hit. From third comes Parra, and it's 12-0 Rockies. Third hit of the night for Jonathan Lucroy. He's having a big night, too. Everybody warming in the Padres pen, so Mazzoni going to take it here for a while.
Yeah, last couple times out, not good. The one in Minnesota, the outing in Minnesota we mentioned. Inning and a third for Corey, 4 earned runs.
Let's say Amarista batting for the second time, single when he pinch hit in the 6th inning. Here he is in the 7th. Up and away, 2-0. Fifth pitch coming up here. And it's fouled back to the screen. 2-1. Center fielder Mario over towards left center, gap out in right center. Papaleka has come out on deck here for the Rockies. Will be in Charlie Blackmon's spot. This one fouled off to the left out of play, 2-2. There's Valeka. He would pinch hit for Blackmon, who had a 3-run home run in the game, an RBI double, 4 RBI night, 35th home run, now 93 RBIs for Blackmon. Ball 4, and Amarista will head down to first base. Base is now loaded for the Rockies. And Valeka, the pinch hitter, will be coming up. Arenado has been pinch hit for. Now Blackmon has been pinch hit for. Valeka into his 103rd game of the year. 11 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Bases loaded situation. Now there's action in the pen. Kyle McGrath up in the pen. Off the end of the bat, cued foul. Lots of spin on it down that first base line. Victor Sanchez over to flip it into the seats. Still just 1 out of the inning. So far 2 runs in for the Rockies in the inning. We've got the bases loaded and now a 12-0 lead.
Really tough on the defense right now. Out there playing your position, and a lot of base runners, a lot of pitches, falling behind. Not good.
Well, of course, the Padres have already had a 16-0 loss on this road trip in Minnesota. Right now, down tonight, 12-0.
mistakes.
2-2. In the air to deep left field, and now it'll be 16-0. Grand slam for the pinch hitter Pat Malaika.
Getting ugly.
Kyle Freeland, the pitcher, batting for himself. Fouls it off to the left, out of play.
Lake has done well off the bench this year, huh?
4 pinch hit home runs. This one's a grand slam. And Freeland now lines one to left. Caesar is there to make the catch. 2 down. I have another pinch hitter here for Carlos Gonzalez. Matt Tuckman coming up here. Tuckman hitting at .222, no homers, a run batted in 21 games. He comes off the bench. Fouled off to the left, out of play for strike 1.
Those Friar faithful still hanging in there. This is the 40th pitch this inning for Corey Mazzoni.
Ahead 1-2. 2-2. Saw Kyle McGrath warming earlier. A lot of pinch hitting going on for the Rockies here in the inning. On the ground towards Swahe. He'll go to first, and that will end the inning. But the Rockies have another big inning. They lead it 16-0. mark as we play along here to the top of the 8th inning. Rockies scoring 6 times in the bottom of the 7th inning and now lead it 16-0.
It's like a spring training game right now as far as all the changes.
Yep. Luis Torrens to lead it off here for the Padres. That much we know. Rockies have unloaded their bench here on top 16-0, getting a chance to have some guys play now. Tapia in left, Amarista now in center, Tuckman in right. Blake is taking over at third, McMahon at second base, and Walter is taking over in behind the dish. Freeland still on the mound. And a check swing. Did he go? No, says Corey Blazer, first base umpire. Tap foul, still 2-2. Biggest inning of this game run-wise just happened in the bottom of the 7th inning and included a pinch hit grand slam by Pat Vallejo. Ball 3, full count. Second inning of relief for Kyle Freeland. Former starter took over in the 7th, gave up a hit and a walk, struck out 2 in his first inning of relief. His 30th pitch of relief, and he strikes out Torrens, first out here in the 8th inning. Well, tomorrow the finale of this 3-game series and the finale of the road trip for San Diego. Jhoulys Chacín on the mound, 12-10, 4.06 earned run average, matched up against John Gray, looking for his 9th win of the year, 8-4, 3.95 earned run average. Padres at Rockies tomorrow. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. In there for a strike to Manuel Margot. Singled in the 6th inning, was the first hit of the night for the Padres, and that came with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Tyler Anderson had not given up a hit, and 5 2/3 the starter tonight for the Rockies, and that first hit went about 3 feet. A 1-1 pitch. Down and in. Padres been held to 3 hits in this game, so being out hit 16-3 in hits.
Yeah, you know, with sinker ballers, guys with cut fastballs, I think it's very hard for those type of pitchers to throw no hitters because of that sharp break. You're going to get there's going to be times when the infield's back like this and you get that little infield dribbler. And that's what we saw when the Padres got that first hit. You need a lot of luck, I think, to throw a no-hitter. Sometimes a little bit of luck, but sometimes a lot of luck.
It's all going to line up. Full count here to Margot with Suaje waiting on deck. And a one-hopper headed out to second baseman McMahon. 2 down. Strikeout and a ground out takes us to Carlos Suaje.
Looks like Carlos tonight showing off the chest lettuce again. He's not going to let this cool weather deter him from showing it off. If you got it, flaunt it.
Foul ground as the catcher Walter will give way. Look out. Malika coming down to make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. It's 16-0 Rockies. Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the pets go. And by Jack in the Box. Come try Jack's new 9-hour slow cook brisket burger, only at Jack in the Box for a limited time at participating restaurants. Back in Denver as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Rockies have a 16-0 lead.
I think I walked around there the other day on the off day.
Did
It's a
you?
beautiful walking town Denver it is.
It is indeed. Well, Phil Maton comes into the game here to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, how about a quick, clean, crisp inning for Phil Maton? That would be nice here in the bottom of the 8th.
Tapia going to lead it off, his second plate appearance, pinch hit and singled in the 7th.
By the way, sorry about getting 18,512 steps in on that off day here in Colorado.
It was impressive.
Did you ever go? Here's how I do my walks when I go to a city downtown. I just go green light. Green light walk.
Wherever it takes you, it takes you.
Wherever you're coming up to an intersection, right? If you're going straight and it's stopped, you look right. If you got the guy, you turn that way, and then you keep going.
And then wherever you end up,
Yeah, just explore.
Do you get lost? Trouble getting back?
No, GPS. It's fun to explore and see different parts of the city.
It's a great city.
I really like it. The altitude gets to me though. Makes me more dizzier than I usually am.
To right field, hit pretty well, and this is going to get down and roll to the track and the wall. Tapia is headed to second base as a leadoff double to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. Make it 17 hits now in the game for the Rockies.
Well, he really stands up on the plate, doesn't he?
Very close.
Yeah, it gets extended and a very aggressive swing. Long stride, getting extended.
Ryan McMahon batting for the first time. Took over defensively at second base. Yeah, the scorecard has turned into a spring training scorecard. look to it, doesn't it?
Yep, sure does.
Lots of new names. Emptying their bench are the Rockies. Of course, the September rosters, so you got plenty of guys.
And before you know it, these two teams will be heading off to Arizona before you know it, right? It goes by so quickly. Salt River Fields and Peoria Sports Complex. I know you love spring training.
I do like spring training.
So do I.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. In the dirt, full count.
We got action in that Rockies bullpen.
Jeff Hoffman, a right-hander. McMahon will take ball 4 and head down to first base. So a double and a walk begins this bottom of the 8th inning. Brings up Trevor Story, still in the game. With a few starters still in there. Ian Desmond is, Jonathan Lucroy. Story 1 for 4 with a single, a stolen base, and he's driven into. With a single back in the 3rd inning, part of a 5-run 3rd inning for the Rockies. And a 5-run 3rd, a 2-run 5th, 3-run 6th inning, and a 6-run bottom of the 7th inning. Ball 3, 3-0. So Baton's had kind of a tough time since coming in.
Yeah.
Ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. Back-to-back walks allowed by Maton. Aaron Balsley headed out to the mound. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the 8th. And you got Desmond coming up, still in the game. Ian Desmond, who singled his last time up, 1 for 4 game. Strike 1. Outfield straight away on Desmond. Batting out of the 7th spot for the Rockies tonight and playing at first base after playing center field last night. Players had fouled off to the right, 1-2. Double start of this inning for Tapia. McMahon walked, Story walked. Bases loaded for the Rockies, nobody out. And a 1-2 coming here to Desmond. And that's in there for strike 3. Desmond strikes out for the 3rd time. First strikeout and first out for Phil Maton since coming in.
Good fastball in the inside corner by Phil Maton to get Desmond. Now the double play in order.
Tony Walters batting for the first time. He'll take a strike over the outside corner. 20th pitch of the inning coming up for Phil Maton, who is pitcher number 5 used tonight by the Padres.
You like to stand up sometimes when you're calling a game?
Yeah.
So do I.
Usually long games. Long games is where I usually stand.
Stretch the legs a little bit.
Been sitting for a long time. Walters strikes out looking, back-to-back strikeouts for Phil Maton, so 2 down. Time now for the Bill Howe plays of the game, and 3 home runs. Carlos Gonzalez with a 2-run shot. Then a 3-run home run for Charlie Blackmon. And then the grand slam, pinch hit grand slam for Pat Valleca. So 3 home runs in the game. Alexei Amarista sends one to left field. Caesar on the run will get there and make the catch to end the inning. So Maton pitches his way out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. Time now for the Carl's Jr. star of the game, and it's the starting pitcher for the Rockies tonight, Tyler Anderson. 6 shutout innings, allowed only 2 hits, didn't give up a hit until the 6th inning with 2 outs. No runs, walked 2, struck out 3. And Tyler Anderson, our Carl's Jr. star of the game.
And rightfully so. It's exactly what the Rockies need this time, because we're talking about the rotation and their struggles. Last night, Chatwood answered the bell. Tonight, Anderson doing a fine job. A lot of breathing room for the Rockies as we go into the 9th.
Jeff Hoffman, the new pitcher.
Some starts and some reliefs, huh? Appearances for the right-hander. And in a game like this, Bud Black, the manager for the Rockies, getting a chance for everybody to get out there and at least get an inning of work. And a quick turnaround behind the plate as well.
That's Tom Murphy, the new catcher. 3rd catcher of the night now for the Rockies.
Well, how many times you hear that? You hear 3 or 4 relievers in a ball game, but 3 catchers.
Lucroy started the game, then Tony Walters was in there, and now Tom Murphy.
And this is the argument that I agree with, that the September rosters for September call of baseball should be changed.
Yep.
Whether you increase it by 2 or 3, regardless, an arbitrary number, X amount of roster spots, and have like a rotating roster.
Yeah, my contention's always been you play under one set of rules for 5 months. Why would you play under another set of rules for an entire month? Now, I get you take jobs away from a players union standpoint, but I think if you were to have a 25-man roster, as you say, kind of pick like the NHL does, a little bit for that night.
That's 2 hockey points that we've made tonight that we should incorporate into baseball.
I think there was a kick save in there too. It might be 3.
By Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah.
That's right.
You want to have hockey fights in baseball with baseball goons.
How about?
I think you should reconsider the penalty box idea too.
Well, here. That brings up my next point.
Yeah.
Should there in baseball be a re-entry rule?
Meaning if
like
you go out of
basketball and
bounds,
hockey?
you
No.
can't come back in and catch
No,
it?
a re-entry game. You get taken out of the game for like the middle 2 innings.
Oh, I see. Come back.
And then you can come back in the game.
Yeah. Alan Cordoba batting for the first time, took over in center field defensively and strikes out. 1 down here in the 9th inning. I thought what I thought you meant was like in the NFL where you go out of bounds, you can't come back in.
No, you can't.
So like if you go into foul ground, you can't come back into fair ground and make a catch because you already were in foul ground. You're already out. Somebody else has got to catch that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That'd be difficult.
1 out in the 9th. Jabari Blash has walked and singled. He's also struck out in the game. Batting cleanup for the first time. How about tackling?
Well, they took that rule out a few years ago, didn't they, at second base?
Yeah, one at the plate, but I mean, how about at first base? You can take out the first baseman
before he gets the ball?
Yeah, before the ball's on its way, and you have the opportunity to take out the first baseman.
I think that's a little harsh.
Fouled off to the right, out of play.
Speaking of that rule change, the Chase Utley
played second.
Yeah, at second base. Did you ever see that clip of Hal McRae in the World Series at Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If you're out there watching, you get a chance, go to YouTube and just Hal McRae slide into second base. Is it Roy White who covers at second?
Yeah. That or Willie Randolph?
It might have been either one.
Yeah.
Greg Nettles fields a ground ball at third, and he goes to second for the force. And Hal McRae, he nearly sends him into left field. And he goes beyond the bag about, a good 6-8 feet?
2-2 pitch coming up here to Jabari Blash. Swing and a miss, and Blash strikes out. 2 down in the 9th inning. My first partner, Jerry Remy, played second base in the American League for a long time, and he said that Hal McRae was the scariest guy coming in at second base of anybody that he ever had to deal with.
I've heard that as well.
You would hear his footsteps, and you would get out of Dodge as quickly as possible because you would end up rolling into left field.
Yeah.
2 down in the 9th, and here is Eric Ibar. Ibar has grounded out twice and struck out swinging. Spins out of the way of a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Padres have been held to 3 hits in this game tonight. Saw Tyler Anderson for 6, Kyle Freeland for 2. Check swing foul down the left field line. 2-1. Popped up, foul ground. Valleca has a play, and he makes it to end the ball game. Now for the second time on this road trip, the Padres have been shut out 16-0. Twins did it first, and tonight the Rockies have done it in Game 2 of the series. Final again, Rockies 16, Padres nothing. Padres Live is next. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?